Section 37. Sisupala said, O thou of the Kuru race, this one of the Vrishni race, doth not deserve royal worship, as if he were a king, in the midst of all these illustrious monarchs. O son of Pandu, this conduct of thine, in thus willingly worshipping him with eyes like lotus-petals, is not worthy of the illustrious Pandavas. Ye sons of Pandu, ye are children, ye know not what morality is, for that is very subtle. Bhishma, this son also of Ganga, is of little knowledge, and hath transgressed the rules of morality by giving a such counsel. And O Bhishma, if one like thee, possessed of virtue and morality, acteth from motives of interest, he is deserving of censure among the honest and the wise. How doth he of the Dasaraha race, who is not even a king, accept worship before these kings? And how is it that he hath been worshipped by He, O bull of the Kuru race? If thou regardest Krishna as the oldest in age, here is Vasudeva, and how can his son be said so in his presence? Or if thou regardest Vasudeva as your well-wisher and supporter, here is Drupada, how then can Madhava deserve the first worship? Or, O son of Kuru, regardest thou Krishna as preceptor when Drona is here? How hast thou worshipped him of the Vrishni race? Or, O son of Kuru, regardest thou Krishna as the Ritvija when hold Dvaipayana is here? How hath Krishna been worshipped by thee? Again, when old Bhishma, the son of Santanu, that foremost of men, who is not to die, save at his own wish, is here. Why, O king, hath Krishna been worshipped by thee? When the brave Ashwathaman, versed in every branch of knowledge, is here? Why, O king, hath Krishna, O thou of the Kuru race, been worshipped by thee? When that king of kings Duryodhana, that foremost of men, is here, as also Kripa, the preceptor of the Bharata princess, why hath Krishna been worshipped by thee? How, O son of Pandu, passing over Dhruma, the preceptor of Kimpurushas, hast thou worshipped Krishna? When the invincible Bhishmaka and the king Pandya, possessed of every auspicious mark, and that foremost of kings Rukmi and Ekalavya and Salya, the king of the Madras, are here, how, O son of Pandu, hast thou offered the first worship unto Krishna? Here also is Karna, ever boasting of all his strength amongst all kings, and really endued with great might, the favorite disciple of the Brahmana Jamadagnya, the hero who can vanquish in battle all monarchs by his own strength alone. How, O Bharata, hast thou passing him over, offered the first worship unto Krishna? The slayer of Madhu is neither a sacrificial priest, nor a preceptor, nor a king, that thou hast, notwithstanding all these, worshipped him. O chief of the Kurus, could only have been from motives of gain. If, O Bharata, it was wished to offer the first worship unto the slayer of Madhu, why were these monarchs brought here to be insulted thus? We have not paid tributes to the illustrious son of Kunti from fear, from desire of gain, or from having been won over by conciliation. On the other hand, we have paid him tribute simply because he had been desirous of the imperial dignity from motives of virtue, and yet it is that thus insulteth us. O king, from what else, save motives of insult, could it have been that thou hast worshipped Krishna, who possessed not the insignia of royalty, with the Arghya in the midst of the assembled monarchs? Indeed, the reputation of virtue that the son of Dharma hath been acquired by him without cause. For who could offer such undue worship unto one that hath fallen off from virtue? This wretch, born in the race of the Vrishnis, unrighteously slew of old the illustrious king Jarasandha, Righteousness hath today been abandoned by Yudhishthira, and meanness only hath been displayed by him in consequence of his having offered the Arghya to Krishna. If the helpless sons of Kunti were afraid and disposed to meanness, thou, O Madhava, ought to have enlightened them as to thy claims to the first worship. Why also, O Janardana, didst thou accept the worship of which thou art unworthy, although it was offered unto thee by those mean-minded princes? Thou thinkest much of the worship unworthily offered unto thee, like a dog that lappeth in solitude a quantity of clarified butter that it hath obtained. O Janardana, this is really no insult offered unto the monarchs. On the other hand, it is thou whom the Kurus have insulted. Indeed, O slayer of Madhu, as a wife is to one that is without virile power, as a fine show is to one that is blind, so is this royal worship to thee, who art no king. What Yudhishthira is hath been seen, what Bhishma is hath been seen, and what this Vasudeva is hath been seen. Indeed, all these have been seen as they are. Having spoken these words, Sisupala rose from his excellent seat and, accompanied by the kings, went out of that assembly. Thus ends the 37th section in the Arghyaharana Parva of the Sabha Parva.